if someone wants a fish, you don't give them the fish, you teach them how to fish, isn't it? So FISP has sort of provided the fish.
We are looking for solutions, and this is why we are here. And this is why we are going to give every country to speak out, so that in solidarity, so that together we can come up with better alternatives. Alternatives which come from way back from our ancestors. We are going to bring them on the table, and we are going to ensure that they are taken on board.
We need to find ways of making the food production system and in fact the food system sustainable.
Seeds sometimes are not compatible with the land.
Whenever people ask for help, like they will be dumped with the material, whatever that they need. So I think technical assistance is very important. And secondly, in the areas where, for instance, some of the villages around the Transkei areas, there are not even roads. The roads are very bad. So women can't even take their produce to the markets.
Even if they want to give farmers these fertilizers, they're supposed to also promote the sampling and testing of the soils. Our soils are degraded because they just dish. On top of what we are getting, there's also an added package of lime, an added package of pesticide, armyworms. So what we want is them to diversify their allocation to another area. One of the areas farmers may need is the drilling of boreholes, so that we have enough water. Nowadays in Zambia, we no longer have surface water. The water that we have is groundwater, and the groundwater is expensive to get. We want to produce throughout. We don't want food relief, we want to produce by ourselves.
We are looking for alternatives. So what did we do? The first thing we did was to do a mapping of smallholder farmers who were already doing a kind of agroecology or organic farming. We mapped them all out. We commissioned a research, because what we normally do is evidence-based research. We need the evidence to show that this is the better alternative out. So we commissioned a research. And the big thing that came out of the research was that even with the import, the subsidies, there was no change, any significant change in yields.
Even if you look at an organization as sort of rigidly capitalistic as the World Bank is seeing, they've done studies in many cases where governments have subsidized fertilizer for many years. And they're seeing, well, if we spent all these hundreds of millions of dollars on fertilizer, what do we see? An increase in overall food production or agricultural production? And the answer is no, we haven't seen a huge increase that you would expect.
As Zambia, we are trying to promote the indigenous seeds. So what we are doing is trying to come up with seed banks. Then we want to go an integrated way of not doing only grain farming, but keeping small livestock like goats and chicken, so that when time comes we are able to get the manure from that end and apply in the field.
Producing and selecting their own seeds, it's sustainable. You always have seeds and you will always use them when you feel like using them. And also you know that this year you cannot use this type and the other type of seeds because you don't have enough rain. So it's good to have seed banks for small-scale farmers.
After harvest, the farmers would bring back the seeds and redistribute those seeds to other fellow farmers who did not have. Also is that we have established an agroecology school in Mashingo in the south part of Zimbabwe, where farmers are trained in agroecological farming system, farming model. This is also going to be replicated across the country, where we are looking forward to establishing more agroecology colleges.
Since we started, we have made some achievements. because the government has subsidized fertilizer, organic fertilizer last year, and this year they have increased investment or subsidy on organic fertilizer by 10%, which I think is an achievement.
I think farmers from the government should receive farm implements, and government should support farmers like building irrigation schemes.
They shouldn't lose their indigenous seeds because it has been there for centuries, and when they lose the indigenous seeds, it seems as if they are losing their identity. And then to the policymakers, I think more farmers should be engaged in the policy making because they are the people who are most affected by the policies when they are implemented. Not knowing some of the policies we don't know in the rural areas. It's only there in the agricultural on the minister's shelves. It's not decentralized the information to the right people.
Right now, the government is spending most of its money, 49% of its budget, on subsidized fertilizer. And what we are going to ask for is that they should use a significant part of that for ecological farming or agroecology of the types of innovations that I've just talked about. And that they, rather than giving the subsidy in terms of inputs, they will give incentives to farmers to adapt or adopt these innovations, these agroecological innovations. Soil organic matter, whatever the method, if it compost, FMNR or no-till. Then the other one would be what Madame was just talking about, rotation and intercropping. Another one would be soil and water conservation, creating barriers to prevent the water from eroding. And another one would be the use of improved short-cycle seeds. And then we're going to ask the government, said, now we know that this works. We have evidence to show that it works. And now in each area, we want to, in each hub, we want to give incentives to farmers on a pilot basis to apply these, and you will give money to them if they, let's say, increase the number of trees from 20 to 80, then they will get a certain amount of money. If they apply a combination, they'll get even more money. So that we'll give incentives to farmers to apply these methods, and we will help with the training.